Okay, today we have our second Ride with Rick guest on. I've been very excited about this one. We have Mel from Zest Finance. Thank you for joining us, Mel.
Thank you for having me.
And again, we're just going to take a little bit of a drive around the local area and have a chat to Mel about Zest Finance, a bit about business and how she's helped so many people within the home loan market and the home loan space. So I believe you came from banking from way back in 2006, 2007, Mel?
Yeah, correct. I pretty much started in banking when I left high school and found my place and decided that home loans was where I wanted to be.
Yeah. And what was it about banking that you wanted to go into at such a young age?
So initially I wanted to be an accountant when I left high school, and then started an accounting degree and decided that accounting was not for me. Always loved numbers and always thought doing something with numbers was where I was going to be. And yeah, I started in a role as a home lender with a bank quite early on in my banking career, and just loved it. I love the opportunity to support helping getting people ahead financially, getting people into property, and yes, it's a really rewarding sort of role, and I loved that.
Yeah. And I suppose working alongside Combank, NAB, Heritage is always really, really good because you have an idea of how all of these bigger institutions work, and you know how they work from the inside, so it's a lot easier for you to be talking about people and helping people after that. Yeah,
absolutely. And look, I held a lot of varying roles within the home loan space within those banks. I think one of the key things that sets us apart is I held a role for quite some time in credit management, so not sales, but on the other side of the fence where we were actually assessing credit, and I was supporting people in assessing credit, and it really assisted me to understand the way a credit manager thinks, which helps me now present a deal as a broker, so I can present a deal in the manner in which an assessor wants to see it.
Yeah, no, that seems sensible. From there, you obviously moved on to be a director of a finance company.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. Yep. So I was involved in a finance brokerage for a couple of years, in a support and credit type of role, before launching Zest in 2019.
Wow. Yeah. And where were you personally all this time? I mean, you're always in this area.
Yeah, so initially I grew up on a dairy farm outside of Toowoomba, but I've lived in the local Greater Springfield area for probably 12-13 years now. So when we decided to move from Toowoomba to Brisbane, this was really the area that felt like home for us, and I wouldn't live anywhere else.
And I was in Dalby for a number of years, and everyone up there in farms or dairy farms, that's where you get probably your work rate from. They seem to have such a high work rate up in that area, don't they?
Yeah, you definitely learn some work ethics growing up on a farm. Yeah, we even as a young child, we would be up milking cattle at 5 a.m. on Christmas Day. Wow. So yeah, you definitely
Merry
learn.
Christmas.
Yeah, that's it. you definitely learn some work ethics growing up on a farm.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good to hear. So if you haven't heard of Zest Finance yet, you must be living in a cave somewhere, because if you live in the Greater Springfield region, they're everywhere, and Mel is always within the top recommended brokers as well. At this point, from 2019, I believe you have up to 20 plus awards.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, we've picked up some really good ones. Yeah.
And for a new business, I mean, if you're in business, you'll know how hard it is to get up and running within the first 2 to 3 years, let alone picking up multiple national awards across the way as well. So you should be very proud of that.
Thank you.
I believe you were nominated for a national top young broker last year, was it right?
Yeah, last year we picked up at the MFAA Awards, we picked up Young Professional of the Year, so top broker under the age of 35 in Australia. Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a big award to have as well, so
absolutely.
Well done.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to touch on a bit of experience from myself. I've used Mel personally, and it must have been a pain in the backside because my build's been 2 years in the making. So it was very, very tough to try and keep someone through 2 years to get to completion, but I suppose at the other end, Mel's my broker for life now, and my daughter as well. Something that I always touch on is people ask me, how do I get into the home market? And I always say, go and see a broker, number one. And then they say, no, what house do I buy, when do I buy, which area? And I say, never mind, go and see a broker, that's number one. And I generally don't try to take them further until they find out if they can either get finance or what's the plan for finance. And that's something that I feel is missing in the finance world just now, is people are scared to go to a broker. And for me, we're having a chat to Mel beforehand, it's not a yes or no for finance, it's a yes or a here is the plan to get it.
Agreed.
Do you feel as if there's enough people coming to speak to you?
Look, we're very busy, but there's a lot of people that will hesitate booking an appointment because they will be, look, oh, I don't think you can help me, or I don't think I'll get a proof of finance, or whatever it may be. And look, from my perspective, it's never too early to book an appointment to have a conversation. If you've only just started saving or whatever it might be, I would still encourage booking an appointment to have a conversation, because you don't know what you don't know, right? You book a conversation, we will have an appointment, we will assess your financial position, and the outcome of that conversation will be either, yes, we can help you and this is the journey we're going to take on, or we can't assist you right now, however, if you do X, Y, Z, we'll be able to assist you in 6 months' time.
Yeah.
So if you book an appointment, we do not decline finance in-house. So you book an appointment, we tell you how we can get you to where you need to be.
Yeah, I think that's very important, because people need to know, and if you have something, a target in mind, then it's a lot easier to do. So I'm sure my daughter won't mind me saying that she's using Mel at the moment. She's looking at buying a house, and she went to her about 6 months ago. Mel gave her a very clear plan. This is exactly where you need to be, and my daughter now is very, very focused, and she's very, very close to buying a house. She has almost her deposit saved.
Amazing.
Yeah, she had a bit of a catch up as well. She would have never been able to do that if she didn't just go and visit her.
Yeah. Yeah, amazing. And look, there's no cost for that. Like, we don't charge for our time, so there's no cost to book an appointment.
Yeah, which is amazing. The other thing that really struck me about Zest, so when I first met Mel, we were running Vibe Kitchen and Bar at the time, and Mel came in for a photo shoot for Zest, and weirdly enough, we now work together quite a lot in the real estate industry. The first thing that struck me as a new company is you have a lot of structures and a good culture in place. That's very, very hard to get. You show off as if from day one you just felt as if you were a bigger company than you actually were, and of course you've grew to that sort of standard and that sort of size anyway, but I just love the way that you have a very organised and very structured business. Where does that come from?
Look, working in the finance industry, I think I understood that having really clear processes in place was really important. I want to be able to support as many clients as I possibly can, and the only way that you can do that is with process. And that process needs to be documented, and that process needs to be understood by the client as well, so that they have the clear expectations of what happens when it happens, who you're going to be speaking with. I guess in relation to the culture piece, I want to really enjoy going to work. I want to enjoy the people that I work with, and I want them to enjoy being there as well. So we really built the team, built the staff on hiring people that we wanted to spend all day, every day with, because realistically that's what you do, right? And we're all focused on one common goal. Whenever we pick up an award or whenever we achieve something, it's not an individual achievement, it's a team achievement, and we most certainly try and have everyone involved as much as possible. And you come into our office, we're laughing, we're always having a great time in there, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it always seems as if it's a we. When you're talking about these awards, it's always we, which if you study management a lot, you'll see that that's very important, because it's very hard not to say I. So it definitely feels like that as well. So what's the plans next? Where's Zest going to be next?
Yeah, so 2023, I think in our space is going to come with its own challenges. Obviously, there's been a lot of change in the interest rate market, and there's a lot of nervous people out there. So I think for the next couple of months, it's going to be about supporting our existing clientele basis to ensure that they're comfortable with their cash flow and to ensure that they're getting the best possible interest rates available to them in the market. There's most certainly intentions of further growth. We had a lot of growth last year as well as the previous year, so there's most certainly intentions of further growth to be had. But with our growth, we've always been slow and steady with our growth, because I need to ensure that again we're getting the right people into the business, and that everything is moving through process well, and everyone understands what's going on. So definitely a few more people to join the business over the next couple of months. We moved into our new space last year, and we're loving our new office space there. So it is, it's a great space. So potentially continuing to fill up that space, and figure out what happens next after that.
Yeah, and if you've not seen the space, pop in and say hello. I mean,
please.
I've popped in a few times, and they're very friendly. They'll have a bit of a chat with you, and if you're lucky enough, you'll get to see Mel's beautiful dog.
She's a bit naughty these days. She's not allowed in as much.
Yeah, she's hyper but beautiful dog as well.
Yes.
That's good. So I know that you've moved into a new place as well recently.
Yeah, we bought our dream family home a bit over 12 months ago. As a family going through that journey, it really made me remember how stressful selling and buying can be, and having the right people around you is really important through that process. So I think I'm very understanding when I appreciate that it's an emotional and it is a stressful journey, and we help as much as we can, but I understand.
Yeah, and it's very important that you do understand these things. Sometimes you forget that when you're doing the numbers that you're doing, I mean, how many clients are you, how many approvals are you getting per year?
So we settled just shy of 300 home loans last year. Yeah.
Which is huge. Is it not far off one per working day, really?
Yeah, with more than one than one per working day. Yeah, so on average, we are doing 30, say, a month. So yeah, we do a sizable amount. But each of my clients have their own client relationship manager that manages them through the process. So most certainly no one's forgotten. Yeah,
and that's the big thing when you start to do those numbers. I mean, you can grow very, very quick. We've seen some businesses grow very, very quick in the local area and then they disappear very quick as well. So I think organic growth's the way ahead, and I think that's definitely the way you're heading. So what are you looking forward to personally rather than business this year? What's the big plans for you?
Yeah, we've got a couple of holidays planned with the family, which is really important. So I've got 2 children, so spending time with them is really important. I also have a bit of a plan this year where I'd love to be able to get my working week to a point where I can work 4 days a week instead of 5 days a week. So that's a bit of a key goal for me, so that we have that balance, because family comes first, right? Yeah.
And I think society's moving towards that. There's actually some places just now where 4-day weeks is the normal.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely think with organisation and structure, it can absolutely be done. So, definitely working on that this year as well.
What kind of advice would you give to any young business people out there, or businesses who have just recently started, about how to grow a business and what's going to be happening this year? What would your advice be to a new business owner? Yeah,
look, my advice firstly would be that it takes time. Nothing happens overnight, so be conscious of the fact that it will absolutely take time to build the business to where you want it to be. I would focus on brand and reputation. I think from day dot I really focused on building the brand and the reputation that I would be really proud of, and that's helped us grow from strength to strength. And having good people around you, having good staff and good people around you is absolutely what allows you to grow as well. So those would be my key 3 recommendations.
Yeah, definitely. I feel as if good people around you, not only in your business, but as a real estate agent, everyone thinks that we're all in competition, and I meet up pretty regularly with other real estate agents and we have a chat. We bounce stuff off people. I mean, some real estate agents don't have loads of people in the office, so it's really good to be talking about what the environment is like, what's happening in the market, and get a good idea as well. So I think if you're in business, you have to surround yourself with either like-minded people or speak to people who are much more experienced.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I've got some of my closest friends are other mortgage brokers in the local community, so having great relationships with people that are doing it well is really important.
Finally, community. I know you said you moved here and you feel like home.
Yes.
I also feel the exact same. I'm obviously not from here. The accent's a bit of a giveaway. But when I moved here, what do you love about Greater Springfield?
Look, I love the accessibility that we have to everything. We've got great schools, shops, hospital now. We've got everything there. I love the community. I love the down to earth community feel around here. I feel really comfortable being in this area. I love that everyone supports everyone here. I know that if anyone's looking to utilise or work with a business, probably 95% of the people that live in the local community would try and find or source a business in the local community first. I love that small business support that we get from the community. And we've got everything that we need here. I now drive 5 minutes to drop my children to school, then I drive another 2 minutes to go to work, and then I drive 2 minutes to get home. So that's pretty cool within itself.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I think that being a satellite city, I mean, people always talk about a little communities, but you really feel as if there's loads of communities here, sporting community, business community, friends group. Because it's a satellite city, you seem to be forced into that a lot more. Even though it feels natural, it just seems to happen in a satellite city, which is great as well.
Agreed.
The other thing I'd like to just point out is a lot of small local businesses, when something happens and they're asked to donate to something else, we don't always float up on our Facebook pages or advertise it. And Mel's always one of the first one if we asked to contribute to any sort of charity or anything. As much as she doesn't plaster it over her socials, she's always there to help out as well. And that's the same as a lot of small local businesses here. They help out more than you actually know. So it would be great to return the favour. And if you are looking for a home loan, if you are looking to just get an idea, is it going to take me 10 months, 12 months, next month? Just give Mel a call. I can recommend her personally because I've used her personally. It's the only recommendations I usually give. So give her a call and reach out, and I'm sure that you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you Thank you so much, Richard.
All right, no problem. Well, that's us here at a lovely office again. She gets to go back to her office and enjoy it up there and secure a few more home loans. But thank you very much for coming on. It's been very informative to the people around, and hopefully they'll give you a call.
Perfect. Thank you
Great.
so much,
Thank you
Richard.
very much.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. Cheers.